by point as you went through it, because I've received instructions pertaining to most of your testimony, viva voce, and in that statement.
Ngizokubuza ke mayelana nestatement sakho ke istatement sakho ngokulandelana kanye naloku okushilo la enkantolo.
Now, on the 26th of October 2014, what was the special occasion for Gwabini to call you to come to Phosphorus Hostel where he resided?
Kwakuyini ke ekhethekile noma kwakuyini ke occasion ke 26 ka October 2014 le eyenza ke ukuthi uGwabini akubize ukuthi uze hostela Phosphorus?
Ukuphendula nama nginalwazi ngiyafisa ukuthola impendulo yakho ukuthi kwakuyini engibizelwe yona.
To answer you, I have no knowledge. It is also my wish to know as to what it is that he had called me for.
Now, I'm going at Syria team, like I said, at Syria team that is one after the other, paragraph by paragraph. Now, I'm going to touch on paragraph 2 of your statement in which you say that accused number 2 is your cousin. Is that still your assertion, correct?
Usasho namanje ukuthi umzala wakho noma cousin wakho umsolo wesibili?
Ngicabanga ukuthi uma ngithi cousin ngoba uzalwa kithi uzalo lakithi cousin wami.
When I say that it's my cousin because he is by birth, he is of my family.
Ngike ngachaza mhlambe ngathi uzalwa ugogo wami ongizalayo ugogo wakubo. Should mangithi ugogo wami uMantanzi yena ugogo wakhe mabuthena ka yena kukantanzi ngeke ngize ngikuphike lokho.
And also I did mention it that my grandmother is from the Ntanzi family, and if it is that he is disputing that he is from the Ntanzi family, then I wouldn't know.
He doesn't at all dispute that he's an Ntanzi, and in fact he does confirm that your father and his father are cousins.
Akaphiki ukuthi wakwantanzi kodwa akakushoyo ukuthi ubaba wakho kanye nobaba wakhe ke bawo cousin.
Your comment?
Uthini?
Ukuthi ubaba wami nobaba wakhe ama cousin.
Yes.
Nazi kanjalo na.
That's how I know it as well.
But however, that he does not know your father and he does not know the grandmother that you speak about because he was born in 1990, so the people are too old for him to know.
What does that mean?
Is laughing.
No, how does he know then that his father is his father's cousin?
I'm coming to that, my lord.
No, that makes sense for this court to understand.
Yes, I'm coming to that because he said after your testimony here, that's why he sent me to phone around. That's when he was advised through me that the grandmother, he does not know. I learned that from his brother, that is Njabuseli Ntanzi, who will come and verify that in this court, and also Zolitini Ntanzi will say he does not know the grandmother.
Ilokho angifonela thi ke angiyobona laba bakibo wazwile kamagama wabizile laba kwaNtanzi bazosho ukuthi yena nanjengoba ehlezi lapha yana ke akamazi ugogo lo wena okhuluma ngayo.
Have you got big
Suspect. Good morning.
Good morning, Mjabs.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I cannot complain. I'm good. And let me greet our masterminds. Good morning, masterminds. The week is gone. It's Thursday today, Thursday morning. We are recording before the proceeding starts. And as usual, you know what to do when you enter the house. You come in, you like, you subscribe, and you share, and you also watch all the ads. Please do that for us. It's absolutely free. And we don't have a lot of time in jobs. It's just a short recording that we are doing now, just for some kind of perspective. I don't know. You are the one in charge today. So good morning. I'm good. How are you? Looks like it's hot where you are because I'm cold.
What happens after a shower? you do feel a bit warm after a nice shower, but Suspect this morning, I played a clip. The clip that I played, it's a clip of taken back then when Ramsipili was doing a cross-examination of the Constable Zongo. I'm saying I've played this clip because yesterday we've started seeing a confirmation of a particular version by accused number one. It must be noted that Mnisi takes over accused number one after the 60,000 pages that he read. After number one had fired Ramsipil
Yes.
from representing. So this thing needs to be cleared. It needs to be cleared. And Mngomezulu was at pain trying to say why the state is hoping on the evidence where Ramsipil made an error to say that these people are not related. Do you understand? Where now, what's the clip you had there? When you continue with the clip, you'll see that then number one calls Ramsipil. Then they corrected him. Then Ramsipil doesn't withdraw that statement that is saying that and Tanz's father doesn't know. Now, especially from a big family where grandparents have multiple wives, we grew up in that situation, suspect in the KZN. And I also have a lot of siblings, suspect. A lot of siblings. I mean, like a lot is we can take a world record if need be.
And you know all
If
of
we
them.
have, at some point we had a WhatsApp group that had a sufficient number. But you know what?
Wow.
So now,
It's
why
wild.
I'm saying this thing is that I have siblings that I've only met them when they are already in their late 30s. We grew up knowing that there was this one sister of ours who was the firstborn, only to find out that no, there is an older one who was born, I think she was born in 1978 somewhere.
Oh.
Do you understand? So you don't really have relationship with all your siblings. It's even worse with your extended family. The reason why I'm trying to zoom into this part of the analysis of the case because it's very important that after this trial within the trial, after this evidence, Spear went on and fired Ramsipil. And when Ngomezulu is representing Sibia, Ngomezulu was at pain saying, under my instruction, I do not dispute that Constable Zungu and Sibia are related. But let me just unpack certain things because we are here to actually educate people, to tell people about the truth. I have traveled. I went to Wanongoma.
Can you just correct me there? I'm confused. Is he related to Ntanzi or to Sibia?
No, it's related to both.
Both.
You see now.
Okay.
Now, you see, this becomes very strange. But then now, after what I will tell you is that Zungu's father is Absalom Zungu. So I would imagine like all the men will have probably has more than one wife, or he have one wife but a lot of kids. Even some kids are actually come out from the wedlock, out of wedlock, basically. Now that's what people will say in Sizulu. Probably we all had these names at some point in our life where they call you Islal. Then if your dad is married somewhere else, that's what happened basically. But well, it's different. So I'm not saying that, but I'm just making for the same thing that means that you are born outside that structured marriage. But sometimes most those fathers will actually then marry those people. Now, that's why there is a disconnect where people will grow up together or you didn't grow up together. Because in those families, you will see that families will take a stand. They will like this house and other house will not respect. And yes, real mastermind, you'll be surprised and saying, but are we still talking about the Senzo Mewa case? Yes. We are still talking about the Senzo Meyiwa case because it's family centered. It's the Meyiwa family that is being denied justice. Now, where now the other family politics, they're getting involved into this case to
Eh,
actually mess it up.
There's the crazy part. There are now so many families involved in this case, but I mean, there's the crazy part because now we have to analyze cousins and grandfathers and there's how far we are now in this case.
Yes. And the sad part is we've not even had any evidence from the Meyiwa family to come and assist the state with the case. You see, that's a very strange thing about the case, that people
Strange.
who are directly affected by this case are not part of the solution
And
that the court is trying
the
to do.
state is closing its case without calling the uncle who was called, without calling the sister who was called, without calling the real wife. I mean, how possible
Now,
can the state? It actually means here the state have excluded the Senzo Meyiwa family from this case.
yes, suspect. I've done a recording with Noni. I've always been on a stand saying, when people are consuming Danzi's evidence, they must take it with a pinch of salt because it's a mixture of truth and lies. I've always said to Spet that I was exposed to when the case started. I turned down an offer to see the videos of Ntanzi. Apparently, when Ntanzi was doing all these things, was doing a documentary.
Right?
Yes, it's crazy. It is crazy because that information came about when I think Mjiak was getting a backlash. So he communicated with one person, and then this person actually said, this guy is saying he was working with this guy. This is what had happened. It's crazy, suspect. It is crazy. Because now, suspect, people must understand that all the people that are in there, they have families. Family members are asking questions because there is a mother down there in Umlazi that wants justice. And then these family members are saying, Mama, our kids did not do these things. They even went as far as these people, you see, suspect, these people were dragged by this deal, this concept, this Ntanzi did. And hence, after the confession, I said, I am disappointed because the court was denied a chance to listen to the evidence, and Cronje says he recorded it illegally. So now, then by doing so, suspect, it denied us a chance to break the case, because you will see that even Baloyi's argument to say that evidence must be played was weak. How can Baloyi quote a wrong law to say the evidence must be accepted in court? I even went live on another live with TikTok, and I said this was a setup. This video was just given to the defense, because if that evidence was played, suspect, it was going to unearth the truth as to why Ntanzi you were beaten up, why Ntanzi you were talking the way that you were talking, why Ntanzi did you drag these people all along where else you were not actually being party to. Now, you are being told that Ntanzi was searched. Now we have evidence that that is being introduced of a cell phone, suspect. We went yesterday to try and explain that the cell phone, Ntanzi's cell phone, if Ramsipele was representing Ntanzi and there was a clear scope, they should have said, deny everything that has to do with the cell phone and saying that because if you confiscate a cell phone, the process of confiscating a cell phone must be clear, because if the cell phone is taken in Pretoria and it pings in Middelburg, it means that phone will have been subjected to any alteration.
Yes.
So you can no longer trust any evidence, anything could have been added. That is why now we're sitting with a picture. Suspect we ran through with a picture that was shown in court. Clearly, we can show that that person cannot be Ntanzi.
That person cannot be Ntanzi.
But what then do we do, suspect, if then Ntanzi says that is me?
Yo, Njaps, this time around, what would be the intention of him saying, where we can clearly see that there's no Ntanzi features in that picture? What would then be the intention of him saying, now this is me? And if he says, remember they are in court, we are out here trying to make sense of what is happening in the court. If he now admit and agree with a lawyer that now this is me, all we can do is all I can say is wow. Then it proves that indeed maybe accused number 3 was born dark-skinned, and over the past few years he has now become light-skinned too. Then it means that we must accept everything that doesn't make sense in that court, and I'm not prepared to do that.
No, I'm also not prepared to do that, because now the next day it's gonna be you who's
Yes.
subjected to these things. Because
Yes.
now the question is why Ntanzi did what he did. Do you understand? Why did, when he took the stand, he didn't say that I spoke to Cronje because I was being threatened? Because now he's telling us a mixture of everything, the mixture of truth and the mixture of lies. Do you understand? Now, then the question is, why then is he dragging all the other accused persons into this matter? You ask me a question, why then will he say, if he says yes, what then do we say? If he says it's him on the picture, I would say if he says that it's him in the picture, that means now finally he's lying on the bed that he made. He's falling on his own sword. What am I saying? What am I saying, suspect? Let me throw the bomb. For example, the reason why Ntanzi did this is he was offered. He says there's a conversation when the case starts. He says he receives a call. You understand?
Yes,
He says he receives a call. Yes, and then also we also analyze information that we received and saying it's very strange that when Ntanzi was arrested, he was never formally processed on a system, which is odd. Now, that means now then, and then we had a strange thing that Mohane was saying that we bought KFC, we were working with Ntanzi, Ntanzi must tell the truth. Then now, we also had a situation where Mohane says, no, Ntanzi was always carrying his phone with him.
So that they can communicate with him.
Yes. And then you have this lawyer that at some point said, when he was defending himself, he says, no, this guy was part of the whole case all along. But then now, when he realized that it involves the death of Meyiwa, it involves the other 3 accused persons that he must drag in, that's when he turned. Remember the version that the state saying that Ntanzi was being threatened? No.
I agree with you. He was caught. He was offered a job, like they said, he was offered money, but he didn't know what the job entails until the day of the confession, when he heard actually he must now plead guilty for the crime of Senzomiwa. And that's then when he said that no, I'm not going to do that. I didn't no, not that one. Not that one. I'm not going to be. I think things took a wrong turn there.
Yes. No, things took a wrong turn there. But then now there's also an interesting character that Mnisi is introduced to. Mnisi, in according to a version now of accused number one, that his younger brother is Kwabeni. Kwabeni, who Zungu refers to. He says, Zungu says, Ukwabini is the child of my younger brother. And now, and then Kwabeni, because of the traditional dance, they are friends with Ntanzi.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, what then I must tell you, suspect, is that Sbia is indeed a child of Absalom Zungu. But I can tell you for a fact that let me correct that. Constable Zungu is indeed the child of Absalom Zungu, but is a child that is born from another family, isn't from a different mom.
Okay. So it's all is in other words, he's born out of wedlock or out of the family.
Yes, out of the family, out of the main family. That's why then now his part in the history, it's not really in detail. He's got a different mom that was going somewhere else. It would come there. So indeed, that is true. But then Zungu cannot claim that his father Absalom is close to him. And in fact, suspect, I can even try and go further by even saying that I don't even believe that Brigadier Kininda really did meet the real Absalom Zungu when the statement was made.
You know what? It actually makes sense. Because all of a sudden, Absalom are not being called to come and confirm his affidavit. It makes sense. Now we must ask ourselves how many people with the so-called affidavits that have been read in court actually disposed of those affidavits.
Yes.
Because
So
none of them are being called. None of them are being called.
Even Constable Zungu's statement also had an issue around that. Now, I did say that now from this case being an issue of the Meiwa family and the Kumalo family, now it's the battle of the Zungus.
The battle of the Zungus. Now the people, this court case, as I said, the people who were in the house, Kumalo family, have been excluded from this case. Although they disposed of affidavits, the affidavits are there. But the state doesn't have any interest to call them to come and confirm their affidavits, except for the other few. The Miwa family, in totality, there's an affidavit of the brother-in-law, and I believe the brother-in-law will want to be called by the state to come and say what happened the night he was called. The sister would want to come and say, it was my phone, I got a message, I was in shock, my husband took off, and. I mean, even in such instances, Jabs, I do believe, because remember the state is supposed to be on the part of the victim and the victim's family. But here it seems like the state have turned the family and the victim into enemies. Because why does the state not...
Yes. Think about this, suspect. Ntanzi's phone, they're saying that it has a pattern. If Ntanzi pleads innocent, that he says that he's innocent, Why now it doesn't say, I'm here, I can open my phone with a pattern, you can find things. Let me tell you, what if Dance, even himself, then was in the process of being a police informer? What if, yes, what if now even that Kwabini, that the story, because remember, Constable Zungi even says Kwabini is the one that shot Snago in 2014. But then now, we even ask ourselves in court why that evidence was not exercised, because there were medical records that says Kwabini was only shot in 2017, not in 2014. So how come Zungu will have known that Kwabini was shot, the gun that shot Kwabini was in question in 2014, that was thrown in the river? We had lot of older people whom we respect, Mzisto. He talks about stories of people that happens there. He says, a court is a very strange place, where else there will be three versions. There will be a live version of an accused person and a live version of the witnesses. And then the court will make a decision based on a lie. You see, when I listen to that, I always say that's the most powerful thing that has happened, that now the court will make decisions and formulating into a lie. This is one big lie suspect that we know. I can tell you now that SARS was forced, our constitutional court suspect was made to make a ruling that rogue unit never existed. Where else I worked at the airport suspect. We knew when the investigation will happen that SARS will have recording cell phone SMSs of officials that were working in court, even people who were transporting drugs. But because at the time we were forced not to talk, I went on depression suspect because I was saying, how can our highest court be made to lie, to make a ruling on a lie? Delimpofu was being dragged when he says so-called rogue unit when these people were done. Our former public protector suspect is also being tarnished. Her image is being dragged. A woman is being dragged to pay millions because she said the rogue unit. I can say suspect under my life that that unit did exist. We communicated with people when information that could not have been given. There even some people that were almost, even my boss was almost persecuted. We have people that are still facing charges. Even Giaco represented some of those people.
Now,
you see, I'm throwing them because I'm tired to suspect that our court should not be taken for a ride. It shouldn't be. It should not be. Now, I don't want to suspect when people now, tomorrow, and people says, oh, that photo is done. I always tell people that they must understand, yes, how cruel the state can be. How cruel people that can associate things. And I'm going to throw bombs against suspect. I told you that I worked on the airport. I understood Donovan Kretschmer's things. I'm going to beam affidavit of people showing how they implicated people by people, statements that were taken to people that we don't know whether they existed or not.
And the Dlaminis, the Ndlovus, there are police officers who are still in jail because of the lies in court. So you ask yourself, have our courts become institutions of lies? Because currently in this Senzo Miwa case, the state itself is running the case based on lies started by Brigadier General. Did you see the other day, Lieutenant Colonel Joyce Buthelezi, I think she retired last weekend. There was they had this huge celebration for her. And when I go through her, when you go and read that article, she have never, ever lost a case in court. She have 100% conviction rate. And she was one of the best investigations. And she was also approached to be part of this case. Same with Makubu. There is the fruit of Makubu's labor, accused number 5. Makubu also have 100% conviction rate. Hence, he was also, now Gininda was asked about his investigation skills. And what did he say? He said he has knowledge of investigation. He doesn't have the history of Makubu and Joyce Butelis, who told him that there was no people in the house, just to go into the house, just do some investigations. Just for them to go into the house, assess the crime scene, and they knew. And there come Gininda. And the judge is believing Gininda because Gininda has a higher rank. What the judge is not looking at is those 2 police officers who didn't agree with Gininda have 100% conviction rate. Unlike Gininda, where all his cases are now in different courts for appeal. Unlike Gininda, whose previous confessions was dismissed because the court found that the accused was tortured.
Well, let me throw a
has no conviction rate because
Yes.
all his previous cases are in court.
Yes, but in suspect also now we have a prosecutor that has I'm told that Advocate Baloyi has 100% conviction rate.
Based
The
on
only time is Baloyi has a 100% conviction rate.
Can we
Frankly.
now with absolute conviction say the 100% conviction rate of Baloyi is because of this, what is happening in the Senzo Mina case? Can we say that with absolute conviction? Maybe his previous cases, but I am not going to agree because of what is happening in the sense of Meko. Because for some people, it's not about getting to the truth. For some people, it's about power, getting promotion, going higher and higher and higher. Becky Taylor Becky Taylor promised the president. He told the president that if I do not find, it was a promise to the president, if I do not find the killers of Senzo Mliwa, I will resign.
When did he make that promise? Was it one of those pledges?
It was shortly before. I'm going to look for that clip. I want you to help me to. It was a media briefing. It was shortly before the arrest. Hence, Advocate Tefo later came and said, Becky Taylor pushed to arrest the wrong people because you wanted the president to keep him as the minister.
No, but
That was around 2019, early 2020, when Becky Taylor made that promise.
Well, yeah. I think for me, the suspect maybe the promise would have been based on his performance that he wanted to do that. But I wouldn't want to go as far as saying that the president will have kept him based on that. No, I think there's a lot of other political dynamics.
It's exactly what you say, based on performance, because this case has been unresolved for so many years. Although the case that the two detectives already had said, you know what, there were no people in the house. Now all of a sudden, here are these people now, how many years later, and now we're being told they are the ones who were in that house that night.
Yes. But then now remember, suspect that both the head political as well as in defense also and the former commissioner, that they will only respond when the docket comes from their foot soldiers and say, no, we have a confession. How that confession is known, we cannot really say to them that they don't know how the
Yes.
confession,
They don't-
how Brigadier Kininda or Muhola may have went through. But then we know when we're going through the evidence now in court that how those confessions came about, it's not the correct process that at least those political guys will have known about. I don't think that they will have known about all these mottos and everybody. Because now we had, as much as people are talking about different version of Ntanzi for that matter, as much as we NCB. But what about different version of Mohane, AVL, no AVL, different version of even Brigadier Kininda? He said he didn't know Mboto, now he knows Mboto.
Now we know
You see,
that he actually worked with them both. They know one another
Yes.
very well. And when someone says, no, I've never worked with this person before. Now he drags someone who's deceased to say his name is the investigation officer, because he also always wants to be the investigation officer. But now he's removing him from no. We were a team of investigation officer and Brigadier Ndlovu was there. Now here where it has found that him Boto work together, because there's a confession with his name as the investigation officer. Kinindi decided, and that's what I don't want to be the investigation officer.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So suspect what we are unpacking here is that people must understand that now it's no longer the battle for the truth of what happened in the house. It's a battle of the Zungu family and the battle of the cold case under the leadership of Guinea. Because now they want to infuse these elements of lies about. Remember, the question is one. It's what happened on the 26th
What happened on the
of
26th?
October 2014.
We don't want to hear about someone taking selfies in the cell. We don't want to hear about, you know what, it's so irrelevant, the evidence they are being led in court right now. All we want to know, all the Miwa family want to know, all the world want to know is what happened in that house when
Yes.
Senzo.
So, yeah, I just pray that all the accused persons remain safe. I just pray that the truth needs to come out, because now for us, we're now being forced to work overtime to actually analyze, go back to records and say, but this is what has happened. But anyway, masterminds, the bombs are going to be coming. We are actually going to untackle this thing.
As we said, the longer they delay, the more we will dig. And this is a promise from us. We are doing it freely. We don't ask anything from anyone. To the Miwa family, this is a promise. As long as we are here, we are going to try and ensure that you get justice. This is a promise from us. As long as we are here together, we are going to dig, we are going to go around, we are going to do whatever. But our promise is you will get your justice. Just we are going to stop it here. And we will meet later after. I'm just curious to see what is Ramusipili going to do today with that picture, but nevertheless, I don't believe that is in Ntanzi. I don't believe it. I will never believe it. Bye, Jeff. Bye, Mastermind.